This video has been blessed in denial by Raid Shadow Legends. Are you sick of repetitive ads? Are you mentally deteriorated, hearing about a game in a genre you'd rather play in another franchise? Do you desire a video unrestrained by commercial ads? Saturated with multiple anticipations in multiple genres, I am more than content to abandon this RPG and never invest. Raid Shadow Legends, graciously unaffiliated. I am Rokalai. You are hereby initiated into Raid Exploited. Fact of the era, Bionicle is the only LEGO IP to ever be revived. Here, in 2023, although it's not an official survival, it's nonetheless an acknowledgement, and one we are thankful for, despite the lack of Technic components. By the way, thanks to each of you for all the views on last week's video, still climbing, and if you haven't seen this, the link is in the description. I asked myself a question I'm sure many of you have. How do I expand on the presentation of last week? The answer is with optimism. What is the best case scenario we can receive from the 2022 release? If the flare is renewed in the fanbase, how will that affect LEGO? As the #1 toy manufacturer, they have little to lose and risk. Bionicle is the reason they are here. The only caveat is how lackluster G2 proved. The biggest realization is that it did not resonate with children, but also deviated from what us original fans love and hold so dear. Even Hero Factory, the original successor, managed to last 4 years, a fraction of the Generation 1, but double that of Bionicle Generation 2. In my own interpretation, Bionicle is primarily a lore-driven action figure line. Unlike the brick, the building aspect proves secondary. People buy LEGO for the construct possibilities of carrying from system to system. Bionicle requires the Technic favor, appreciated by niche and less traditional LEGO fans. In this terminology, I like to refer to it as the titan that became the cult-followed niche. Is there a possible comparison to relay how LEGO experienced their own 90s dark age to how Bionicle went from primary to legacy? Another relative comparison. Technic line dropped in popularity as LEGO rose to incomparable status. Stats do not lie. LEGO has a greater idea than ever about their budget, popularity, and fanbase. They have attempted to reinvent Bionicle twice. Matanui's own story on Barra Magna and the 2015 revival. I think only LEGO has the numbers to prove how both performed. The GP want to delve only into media they are familiar with, without attempting anything new to discover, which is why Hollywood is so invested into remakes, reboots, and film revivals. Because the public are only showing up to those movies, no matter how terrible they turn out. But I cannot compare the Biological Chronicle, as there is nothing else like it. Seeking out something in the same vein and look at its market value is impossible right here in the modern day. The most relevant comparison that I can make is between G1 and G2. I don't remember fans begging for LEGO to revive Bionicle before 2015. I believe the LEGO Group did this as an experiment to see if it could thrive in the modern day. This could also hone the reasoning Other LEGO IPs have expanded into the Constructor system, such as Legends of Chima and even the Star Wars action figures. Not once have I heard any other fan bring this up. To embrace the optimism, I will not end this video on negative notoriety. In the best case scenario, LEGO sets start selling at a heightened interval to apply for the GWP. The new buildable figure sells out the entire production stock. LEGO takes note and reconsiders leaving Bionicle in the past. This is my attainable interpretation. It is, by arduous difficulty, I come to this balance between optimism and the LEGO Group. I believe the 8th incarnation of Tahu is by traditional build. By the account, most Technic parts from the era are no longer in production. In the style and appreciation of any retro memorabilia, I'll be happy to invest in this new set. Whether you are new or returning to Bionicle, welcome to Rated Exploited. I am Rokulai, an original fan from the beginning era. If you'd like to know how to obtain Tahu, what set specifically to invest in, I have a video right here in the description, as well as a second covering how Bionicle is under a resurgence, minimal but factual. I upload here every Saturday evening, focal point right here on the Biological Chronicle. Be ready for next week and check out a video recommended here. And last, we are all thankful the sponsorship has been passed up by Raid Shadow Legends.